All right, today we're going to tackle a skill that can seriously transform your professional life. We're talking about mastering your conversational tone in English. You know, it's that subtle art of picking just the right word for the right moment. And I'm going to show you how to do it with just a few super simple swaps.
Have you ever been there? You know that feeling. You're trying to connect with some new colleagues, but you can just feel that your language is a little bit stiff. Or maybe you're on the flip side. You're in a huge presentation, and you start worrying that you sound way too casual. It's a super common challenge, but we're about to give you some really easy tools to solve it.
And look, getting this wrong can have real consequences. If you use casual language in a professional setting, you might not come across as convincing. But if you're too formal with your friends, you can seem kind of distant or serious. It really is all about finding that perfect balance. And that's exactly what we're here to help you do.
So yeah, let's just call this what it is, the formality challenge. But don't you worry, because we're about to give you a surprisingly simple tool to solve it for good.
Here it is. This is your key, linking words. Now, these are just the small words that connect your ideas, but they are your secret weapon for effortlessly shifting your tone from casual to professional and right back again.
So think of it like this. We're going to help you build your own personal linking word toolkit. We're not just going to give you a boring list of words. No, we're giving you a set of tools you can pull out and use in pretty much any situation.
To really see this in action, let's meet two people, Casual Emma and Professional Emma. Now, they're both going to talk about the exact same topic, a trip to Portugal, but you're going to hear a major difference in how they do it, all because of the linking words they choose.
So, Casual Emma, she uses words we all know and love. You know, words like and, but, so, and like. These are just those comfortable, everyday words that make a conversation feel easy and natural. You probably use these all the time without even thinking about it.
Okay, so now for the fun part. Let's see how we can upgrade these everyday words to fit a more professional context. We're going to break down Professional Emma's alternatives for each and every one.
Let's dive right in. Here are the 7 key swaps that will instantly make you sound more polished and, well, more professional. Okay, first up, adding information. We all use the word and constantly, right? Well, a simple and really elegant swap is as well as.
So instead of saying it's popular in summer and winter, try saying it's popular in summer as well as winter. See? It has the exact same meaning, but it just adds this little touch of variety and formality. It's a really easy upgrade. Next up, for showing contrast, our go-to word is always but. And hey, but is a great word, but if you want to sound more analytical or more official, whereas is a fantastic choice.
Just take a look at this example. Switching from but to whereas instantly makes the sentence sound more intelligent, more structured. It's perfect for a business presentation or a formal report. It just elevates your point and adds this layer of sophistication.
So what about when you're presenting choices or alternatives? We naturally just use or. The more formal structure for this is that classic either-or combination. And hey, quick pro tip that I know you're wondering about, is it pronounced either or ether? Well, the great news is both are perfectly correct. A lot of native speakers use them interchangeably, so you can just pick whichever one feels more natural to you. All right, our fourth swap is all about showing a result. We often say so to connect a cause and an effect. A more formal way to do this is with the phrase as a result. And here's a super simple rule for using as a result. If you're putting it in the middle of a sentence, just pop and right before it. If you're starting a sentence with it, you don't need the and. It's just a tiny little tweak for perfect grammar.
Moving on to giving a reason. Because has got to be one of the most common words in English, but a slightly more formal and just as common alternative is since. And this just shows how easily you can swap them. You can use because or since at the beginning of a sentence or right in the middle. Since just has a slightly more polished feel to it.
Number 6, giving examples. You know, in a casual chat, we all say like all the time. But in a more formal context, maybe a presentation or in your writing, such as is the much better choice. It just sounds more precise and educated.
This is such a clean, direct upgrade. And here's a quick grammar tip for you. Whether you use like or such as, what comes next has to be a noun, like the neighborhood, or a gerund, that's just a fancy word for a verb ending in ing, like visiting.
And finally, our 7th swap is for adding emphasis. Now, especially and in fact aren't exact one-for-one replacements, but they do a similar job. Especially is great for highlighting one thing over others.
but in fact is what you use to introduce a surprising or really important piece of info to strengthen your point. It's that little trick that makes people lean in and really listen.
Okay, let's bring all this together. By mastering these 7 simple swaps, you gain this incredibly powerful skill, the ability to consciously control your tone and adapt to any situation you find yourself in.
And remember, this is not about professional words being better than casual ones. Not at all. It's about having the right tool for the right job. I mean, you wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? Well, now you have a full toolkit. So I have a question for you. Where are you going to use this new superpower first? In your next email? Your next meeting? Or hey, maybe even your next big presentation?